MV Agusta Superveloce 800, 2020 on review. Fast but not overpowering. Style, speed and Chainsaw Massacre soundtracks have always been MV trademarks. The new MV Agusta Superveloce 800 is all those things and more because underneath the 1970s meets 21st century curves is a rather good road-going sports bike. It might be just an F3 800 in a posh frock, but the Superveloce 800 is the most unlikely of usable road-going sports bikes. Its riding position isn't too extreme and there's lots of mid-range grunt surging from its raucous 3-cylinder motor. It's the kind of money you'd expect to pay for a posh 1000, but the 800 Triple is beautifully equipped, finished and packed with tech and tasty equipment, but you'd expect higher quality or even electronic suspension for the price. There's no question the new Superveloce 800 is all about style and sound, and if that floats your boat and the price doesn't faze you, it won't disappoint. But for the first time in years, an MV is more than just a shouty Italian in an expensive suit, it's a very capable machine in its own right. They've really turned a corner, once you've adjusted the shock, ride quality and brakes. In basic terms, it's an F3 800 in fancy clothes, a machine designed to dissect backroads and glide around racetracks, but MV have made the Superveloce 800 roomier. Its wide clip-ons are slightly raised and the pegs are lower, which is good news for the road, especially for taller riders. Its short, thin and firm suede-covered old-school racing seat isn't the last word in comfort, but it's padded enough to get you from one coffee shop to the next. Engine. MV hasn't dumbed its F3 800 motor down to create the Superveloce 800. The 798 cubic centimeters inline 3-cylinder, which has been around since 2013, is a stroked 675 Supersport unit with titanium valves and a counter-rotating crank, making 146 brake horsepower. Best of all, it's finally been given the throttle manners it's always deserved. The Varese boffins have smoothed off most of its niggly, rough edges and honed its ride-by-wire for more fluid power, especially at low revs. But it's still an MV and still slightly raw, spiky and aggressive. It's also the perfect capacity for a sports bike. It loves to rev like a supersport racer, so it never lacks excitement, but there's a nice dollop of mid-range grunt, so you don't have to go around banging the engine up against the redline the whole time. Cut from the same cloth as the Suzuki GSX-R 750, Ducati Panigale V2 and Triumph Daytona 765, the Superveloce is powerful, manageable and never intimidating, especially when the added safety net of lean-tastic electronic rider aids. MV Agustas have always sounded sensational and the Superveloce 800 sails along the same sonic ear canal. Admittedly, it sounds pretty rough low down, but as the revs sour its pure mechanical anger, punctuated by savage electronic shifter stabs. Reliability and build quality. Paint finishes and attention to design and detail are textbook exotica. Fairing screws are hidden, the satin-finished magnesium-colored wheels look fantastic and the Superveloce 800 is so posh it even wears a tiara. Even more usefully, the MV comes with a 3-year warranty and 2 years roadside assistance. Value versus rivals. You're getting a lot of speed, character, tech, design and all-round handsomeness for the money, but whichever way you slice it, the Superveloce 800 isn't cheap for sub-liter sports bike that doesn't have top-drawer suspension.